Testing, can you hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can hear. Beautiful. So I'm going to mute everyone. Let's come to our mat and let's come to lie down on our backs. We'll begin in a soft Shavasana. All right, so come to lie down on your back and don't have any props with you on the mat for right now. Just lie down and separate your ankles the same width of the mat, right? So we can create some space between the ankles. And then let's release our hands out to the side, our arms to the side, palms up. And let's gently close the eyes. And let's allow our breath to be normal here. Inhaling and exhaling from the nose. And if you want to take a few cleansing breaths, feel free to do that. You can inhale really deeply and just let the air come out through the mouth, sighing it out. Just to begin to activate that relaxation within the body and the mind. So let's wiggle our toes and our fingers. Let's make circles with the wrists and the ankles in both directions. You have carpal tunnel or anything, take your time here just with the mobility, right? And then draw your chin over to the right shoulder. And then over to the left shoulder. And when you're ready, bring your chin back to center. And we'll begin our relaxation. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. And just within your own mind, imagine that you're softening that space. And you're softening and letting go of that skin. And then let's soften and relax our forehead. Let's unclench our teeth, relax the jaw and the tongue. Perhaps swallow a few times so we can clear our throat. Let's notice our shoulders if they feel a little tense or tight. Inhale and bring them up close towards the ears. And on the exhale, reach through your fingers and pull the ears away, the shoulders away from the ears. And then allow your shoulders to fall back and relax. Begin to maybe have a deeper inhale and a longer exhale. And feel the expansion through your chest and your belly on your inhale. And feel a sense of release on the exhale. Bring your awareness towards your navel and just notice that space as it expands on your inhale. And then notice how it contracts on the exhale and allow your belly to be soft once you release the exhale. And then allow your breath to become normal for your body, whatever that breath is for you. Then bring your awareness down towards your hip space. And when you're ready on an inhale, I want you to squeeze your buttocks really tight so that your hips rise up gently. You might notice the backs of your feet may be pressing against the mat. Your quads, your legs are involved. They're tight. Hold this tension there for 3, 2, 1. On your exhale, let it go. Let your body sink back onto the mat. Good. Bring your awareness down the legs and relax your thighs, the knees, the calves. And let the toes hang out to the side and the heels in. And as you arrive here in your Shavasana, allow your breath to be restorative, natural. Inhale and exhale. And just feel your breath in your body and allow your body to relax as best as possible. As I share with you today some yoga wisdom, and it's a little story about Ganesha and Subramanya, which are 2 Hindi deities. And so Ganesha and Subramanya's race around the world. One afternoon, Ganesha, the sweet and steadfast elephant-headed deity, was playing in the shadows of the trees with his brother, Subramanya. In contrast to Ganesha's contemplative nature, Subramanya was a warrior, rapid and precise. He moved as quickly as light. Tired of lounging and smelling flowers and listening to the buzzing of the bees, Subramanya challenged Ganesha to a race around the world. Subramanya challenged Ganesha, wishing to oblige his brother. Ganesha agreed. Subramanya vanished so quickly that he left only a trail of dust on the horizon. And Ganesha sighed, pressed himself up, walked across the yard, and made a deliberate circle around his parents, the great god Shiva and the magnificent goddess Parvati. He then sat back down under the tree and waited. Moments later, Subramanya returned, looking towards his parents for approval, but they explained that Ganesha had won the race. He had understood that what was truly important was right in front of him. Our world is right in front of us. It is simply a matter of recognizing it. Continue to take a few breaths here. I'm going to ask you to set some intentions for yourself for this gentle practice this evening. And then as you're ready, bring your hands over your head, your fingers pointed above you, and slowly and gently slide your feet towards each other to the center of the mat. And on an inhale, let's lengthen our body from the toe to the tips of the fingers, stretching, reaching one hand all the way up and then the other, and feel a gentle separation of the ribs. Stretching the body here for 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, release the hands back down. We're going to start right from here. So let's bend the knees and bringing our feet onto the mat. Take a look at your knees and see that they are aligned with your hip sockets, right? We're going to place our hands palms down next to our thighs. And I'd like for you to walk your feet back until you can feel the heel of your feet with your middle finger, with the tips of your middle finger. Once you can feel that, keep your feet in place. Release your hands back to the sides of your hips and separate your fingers nice and wide here. We're going to begin tonight's practice with some really gentle pelvic thrusts, right? This is really great if you're on your menstrual or you're cramping or you're menopausing, such as I am. And this is a really beautiful way to calm that space and relax it. So when you're ready, on an inhale, we're going to tuck the tailbone in towards us, and it's going to feel as though you're pressing your feet into the mat gently, rolling your pubic bone up and forward, right? Rotating the pelvis. You're going to squeeze your buttocks gently when you come up, and on an exhale, let's arch the lower back by rotating the pelvic bone back. So when you're here, if you slide one of your hands right underneath your lower back, you should feel a really small space there, a little curvature. And on an inhale, let's flatten that lower back by tilting the pelvic up and forward, squeezing the buttocks here gently. And then exhale, rotate the pelvic back. Doing some nice pelvic thrusting. So use your breath at your own rhythm. Inhale to rotate forward. Exhale to release and arch the lower back. It's like a rocking sensation, right? And at the same time, we're giving a nice gentle massage to our sacral plate spine, lumbar spine, and the lower lumbar spine. See, as when you are exhaling, rotating the pelvic bone up. See if you can push your navel in towards your spine at the same time. And as you rotate it back, lift the navel up towards the ceiling. That'll be a nice way for you to remember this movement as well. Let's do about 5 more with our own breaths. Inhaling up and exhaling back. Let's do about 2 more. And 1 more. When you're done, release your full lower back to the mat and make sure you feel your tailbone on the mat, that sacral plate. And now as you're ready, let's hug the right knee in. The left knee is still bent, so take your fingers, interlace your fingers and place them over the right knee. Hug that knee in close towards your body. And then take your right hand, place it on the knee, left hand on that right ankle, and then allow that knee to come out to the side. And then hug that leg in with the knee out at about a 45-degree angle. It's almost as if we were doing pigeon. The only difference here is that that left leg is still bent, right? So we're just trying to stretch gently the psoas muscle here. And then let's begin to make some nice little circles with that knee as you're still holding onto the ankle with the left hand. Just taking some nice wide circles here. Nothing too wild, right? Stay within your range of motion. And then reverse those circles. So what we're actually rotating here is the hip, right? We're just using the knee to kind of direct and make those little circles. And then when you're ready, release that foot right back down to the mat. Inhale the left ankle in, interlace your fingers, hug that knee in. Take a few breaths here. You can make circles with your left ankle and wiggle the toes if you'd like. And now let's open up to the side. Left hand on the left knee, right hand on the left ankle. Let that knee come out to the side and just notice how it feels here. For me, I have issues with my left knee, so I can feel this a little more. Right? And if it feels good just doing that, do so. And then you can start making little circles here. In one direction. Again, staying with your range of motion. And when you're ready, reverse those circles. Good. And as you're ready, release that left knee back down onto the mat. Now from here, we're going to do some bridge. So we're going to lift our hips up and then bring them down, and we're going to incorporate moving our hands and our body. But we'll start with the bridge. So as you're ready, on an inhale, press your feet and the back of your head into the mat and your hands, and lift your hips up as high as you can get them. That's comfortable. And hold for 3. Squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your thighs. 2 and 1. And when you're ready, let's roll down from the top of the spine, middle spine, and lower spine, and hug both knees in. From here, let's rock from side to side, giving our lower spine a little massage here. Remember to have a nice rhythmic breath. Let's release the feet back down. The knees are still bent. We're going to do 2 more of these. So as you're ready, inhale, press your feet and the back of your head into the mat. Lift your hips high, 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 and hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Again, rolling the spine, lowering down. Top of the spine, middle and lower spine. Inhale the knees in. Rock from side to side, or you can make circles with your knees. One more time. Bring the feet back down. Place your hands. Inhale into your bridge pose and hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale over the spine slowly and hug the knees in. Rock from side to side or make the circles with your knees in both directions. And now as you're ready, release the feet back down. So now we're going to incorporate the top of the body with this movement. So as we inhale and lift our hips up in bridge, we're going to take our arms and we're going to roll them back. And then as we exhale and come down, we're going to bring the arms down as well. So let's inhale, press our feet into the mat, raise the hips, and then bring the hands over the head. And as we exhale, lower down, bringing the hands right back down to the sides of your hips. Let's do this 4 more times. Inhale into bridge, raising your hands over the head. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, release. Inhale, bridge. Exhale, release. Inhale up. And exhale down. Let's do one more for good measure. Inhale up. Release the hands back and let's hold here for 5, 4, pressing into your feet. 3, 2, 1, release down. And let's extend the legs out. Ankles are wide. Release your hands down to the mat, palms down. And let's take a few breaths here. Let your feet be soft. Let your toes hang out. Just notice how your body feels here. And whenever you're ready, let's bend the knees, roll over to any side you'd like, and then we're going to come up to a seat, and we're going to begin our seated gentle flow. So here, I would ask if you prefer to grab a blanket, roll it up. If you have any issues like sciatic nerve, or if you're the back of your legs are really tight, you're not that flexible there, then I would say roll up a little blanket, or if you have a small bolster or pillow, and sit on it, and then cross ankle over ankle or shin in front of shin. The idea is to be able to sit so that the hips are elevated and the knees can open up gently to the side. This is one option for your seat. Another option would be maybe in hero's pose, sitting on a block or two. And so as you arrive here, let's inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Exhale, down and forward. Let's do this a few times. Inhale the shoulders up and back, and exhale as you come forward. Inhale the shoulders up and back. Exhale forward. 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale up. Exhale back and down. Inhale up. Exhale. One more. Inhale up. Exhale. Let's do 5 in the opposite direction. So inhale up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale going back and up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale back and up. Exhale forward and down. Inhale back. Exhale forward and down. One more. Inhale back. Exhale forward and down. Good. Now we're going to take the right ear and we're going to draw that right ear to the right shoulder without touching the ear or the head, just letting the head kind of gently hang there. And just notice that slight stretch at the left side. Again, be gentle. Maria Joy, an option for you also is to draw your chin down towards your chest at an angle. If that feels better for you, you can bring your gaze towards your mat as opposed to having your head all the way leaning over to the right. And we'll continue to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling back to center. And now other side. Draw the left ear to the left shoulder, feeling that gentle stretch on the right side. Just noticing how the neck feels here. Again, Maria Joy, you can angle your chin and look down towards the mat. You'll still feel that stretch there without stressing the back of your neck. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale back to center. Good. Let's take both hands. We're going to create a flow of inhaling the arms up. And we'll bring our gaze to follow if it's comfortable for you. And then exhaling, arms down, chin towards our chest. Gently stretching the back of the neck. Inhale, both hands up above the head. Exhale, hands down, chin towards the chest. 2 more. Inhale up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale down. 1 more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale, bring your head back to center. I'm going to take the right hand and place it on the left thigh. Left hand, place it right behind the middle of your back or your spine. As you're ready, inhale and lift the heart. And then on the exhale, begin to twist gently over to the left. You can keep your gaze to the left side of your body, or if you'd like to feel a little bit more of a stretch, roll that left shoulder open and then bring your gaze behind that left shoulder. The option is yours. We'll stay here for 5. Breathe into the belly. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's inhale both arms back to center. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, place the left hand on the right thigh. Exhale, right hand behind. Twist to the right. We can stay here. And another variation is rolling that right shoulder and bringing your gaze behind. Breathing into your belly. Feel your spine twisting from the middle. And feel the expansion on the ribs on the left side. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale everything right back to center. Good. So from here, let's inhale both arms up. And as we exhale, let's exhale both hands down in front of us. Arms are straight, right, first. And then begin to walk your hands out, keeping the spine nice and long, lowering down, reaching wherever you land. I typically like to come onto my elbows and forearms here. The blanket that I'm sitting on is assisting me in coming down easier. You'll feel a nice little stretch at the low spine and at your hips. You can also come onto your blocks if you prefer. You'll stay here for 10 breaths. That's 1 full minute. If you take nice, deep, comfortable breaths for yourself and long exhales 10 times, that's about a minute. This is another variation for whenever we practice butterfly and we're in a forward fold. Sitting on a blanket usually really helps a lot, supports us greatly here. Maybe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you're ready, inhale. Let's come up to the hands and walk the hands back. Nice. Let's uncross the legs gently. And then we're going to bounce our knees up and down. being that they were crossed for a few minutes. And when you're ready, let's come on to tabletop. So here you have an option of padding your mat if you want for the knees. So you can bring a blanket on there if you choose to. And then here, let's come on to tabletop, aligning our knees with our hips. Our knees are hip distance apart, wrists under the shoulders, fingers separated generously, and the fingers are facing forward towards the top of the mat. Let's inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and the chest up, tailbone up for a nice cow. And on the exhale, let's tuck the tailbone in, push the mat away. You'll protract your shoulders and bring your chin towards your chest. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale. Nice. And exhale. Tuck the tailbone in, round your spine. Feel that really nice stretch in the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the head and chest up, booty up to the sky. Exhale. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. And on your last one, come into your flat back. Let's widen the knees. Bring the toes to touch behind us. We're going to come into our first child's pose. So lower your seat towards your feet. Now, if you come into child's pose, right, and our hips stay all the way up, that happens often when we're tight. If that does happen, and if you have blankets or a bolster, place it in between the thigh and the calf. So at least, right, you have something here letting you know I'm here to support you. You don't have to hang here like that, right? Walk the hands out, lower the forehead onto the mat. 10 nice long breaths, breathing into your belly space. And feel free to sigh it out the mouth or have your normal regular breath. Feeling a little stretch in the lower back. Whenever you're ready, slide the hands back. Begin to bring yourself back up into like that hero's pose. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to walk from side to side with our hands, right? So coming back down, walk the hands all the way over to the left. And see if you can reach through the right fingertips, feeling an opening from the wrists all the way to the armpits and down the ribs on the right side of the body. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you're ready, now let's walk the hands back towards the center and then all the way over to the right. Again, reaching through the left fingers, feeling that opening on the left side of the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, inhale, bring it right back to center. From here, come back into your tabletop. We'll start with the left shoulder. We're going to stretch the left shoulder gently. in your tabletop. So let's inhale and sweep that left hand up, coming into a twist. Fingers are facing the ceiling. And on your exhale, let's thread the hand through the right arm, lowering down on the left shoulder, laying your head on the mat, and then sliding the right hand towards the top of the mat. I'll come and take a look. Beautiful. Spend about a minute here and using your breath to soften the body so that you can get a really nice stretch in that left shoulder. You can also put a blanket or a block under your cheek, right? If your face or your head doesn't reach the mat to rest, maybe rolling up the blanket and allowing your head to rest gently there or on a block. Breathing into the side body. You also have the option of taking the right hand and bringing it behind you at your lower back and the palms to face the ceiling so that you can work on opening that right shoulder at the same time. But if you just want to rest here, then stay exactly as you are. Good. Yes, exactly, Jennifer. Very nice. Good job. Take about 5 more breaths. Two more breaths. One more breath. And as we begin to release the pose, bring that right hand back underneath the right shoulder. And on an inhale, lift yourself up. Let's come back into that twist, raising the left hand up towards the ceiling. And exhale, releasing the hand back down. Now we'll work on the right side. Same thing. Inhale, right hand up, coming into a little twist. Exhale, thread the needle. Lowering the right shoulder, the right cheek, and then sliding that left hand up towards the top of the mat. Or the other option is to bring the left hand behind our lower back, palms up. Sometimes my hand slides, my left hand, so what I'll do is I'll hold on to my pants. It's really easy for me to be able to hold here and not feel like it's a lot of work, but my shoulder stays open. Notice if you feel tingling or sensations in the right arm or hands. If you do, that's okay. Sensations. Let's take 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. And as we release, let's bring that left hand back underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, push up, coming into that twist. Exhale, releasing the hands back down. From here, let's come to lie down on our bellies. As you arrive here to your tummy, rock from side to side so that you can feel your pubic bone on the mat and you know that you're really supported on the mat. And then align your elbows underneath your shoulders so that it's a 90-degree angle. Your arm. Your hands are palms down, fingers separated generously. And the energy here, this is Sphinx Pose, so it's a lower back posture. So you will feel a certain level of compression in the lower lumbar spine. And the energy is pushing into the shoulders, into your elbows, right? The shoulders will lift. Now you can gaze forward and lift the heart. Once you arrive here, relax your feet. Let your feet just hang toes in, heels out, right? Because the work here is in the back. And as you arrive here, just notice how that space feels, where your lower lumbar spine, right around here. If it feels like too much, then I'm going to ask you to fold your hands in towards your elbows and then bring your gaze towards the mat. So there's a little bit less compression, less stress, right? Or we can start in full Sphinx. And at any point in time, you can take any of those other variations for yourself and make the pose comfortable for you. Close your eyes here. Allow your breath to be natural. And just notice any sensations that you may feel in your lower back. This posture is excellent for those that suffer from low back pain, low back tightness. Some of us hold tension in the shoulders. We all hold tension in the hips. And then some of us hold tension in the lower back. So if you ever have any of those issues going on in the lower back at any given time, this is a really beautiful posture to hold for about a minute or two. Let's take about 5 more breaths. Two more breaths. Notice if you're sinking into the shoulders, and if you are, push into your elbows. And we're going to take one last breath, and we're going to release the pose by folding the elbows out, hands in. We're going to make a pillow with our hands. Let's put the right cheek on our hands. Then let's bend the knees. And we're going to windshield wipe our feet first over to the right. Take a nice deep breath in, and on the exhale, let's windshield wipe the feet over to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. One more time on each side with your breath. And bring the feet back to center. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. Release your feet down. Inhale, coming back into your tabletop. Now we're going to come into a pigeon pose here, right, to stretch the hips a little bit. So if you have a bolster, now would be a good time to grab it. Or if you have a blanket or any type of pillows. Sometimes I use my arm pillows that I have for my couch if my bolster isn't available. So let's bring the bolster lengthwise in front of that right knee. And what we're going to do here is we're going to bend this left knee, and we're going to place this bolster really close onto that. Let me change my orientation so you can see. So we're going to bend that left knee. We're going to extend the right leg back behind us, and then we're going to lie our bodies on top of the bolster and bring our forearms down. Supported pigeon pose. Okay. Another variation is bringing the bolster across the body, bringing the leg over that left leg, resting the right thigh, that top of the right thigh on the bolster, and bringing that left leg that really across here. Right, can you guys see? I'll do it over here. Right, so left foot in the front, crossing over. The top of the right thigh is supported by the bolster, so we're here. Okay, good. We'll stay here for 10 breaths. This is great because actually I've never really done it this way, and I can actually feel that stretch, and it feels really nice this way. Nice and supported. 5 more breaths. Two more breaths. And as you're ready, let's lean over to the left, swing the right leg in front, bring the left leg back. And you also have the option of not using any bolsters. So if you like Pigeon Pose and you like that challenge and you're working on more hip opening and you prefer not to use a support, that's totally up to you. So that left leg is straight behind you. You can look over that left shoulder and see that the leg is straight and aligned. And then you can bend that right knee up really close to the bolster. Use the bolster now to support the left side of your body, right? And then you can also do it as I just did. I brought my foot across the front. Yeah. Let me show you again. Right foot in the front, extended the left in the back. The top of my left thigh is supported by the bolster. Yeah, good. Breathe here. And if this is tense for you, if you've never really had a stretch like this or you haven't stretched in a while, breathe deeply into that right side of your body. And exhale nice and long. And as you exhale, release, soften. Notice how you're breathing. And notice if you're squeezing anywhere, maybe your buttocks, your tummy. Stay for 3 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. As you're ready, let's inhale, lean over to the right, bring that left leg forward. And now you can remove the bolster. Let's bring the soles of the feet to touch. We're going to come into a little butterfly here. Gentle stretch. As you arrive here, you can actually bring your bolster onto your feet. Lower your forehead onto the bolster. Because we're resting here and we're stretching passively. So this is variation 1. Another variation is separating the feet and bringing the bolster lengthwise in between the feet, and then resting your forehead on the other end of that bolster, and then bringing your hands onto your shins or your ankles, or onto the mat right in between the calves. And if you like butterfly and you enjoy that stretch and you want to keep working on that, you also have that option of releasing your bolster, your block, and coming forward with your heart towards the mat. We're going to release the pose in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On an inhale, begin to release your props and bring yourself back up. Take your hands on the outside of the knees, gently bring them together, slide the feet forward, and then slide the heels apart. Take your bolster or your blocks, bring them in front of you. You can add blocks. You could stack them up here if you want. And then as we're ready, let's inhale the arms up. Reach, reach, reach for the ceiling. And exhale, lean forward with the heart, bringing our hands onto our support system. Forehead on the block. on your bolster. If you like, you can flex your feet here. This will help you open up the back of the legs, our hamstrings. Also, another variation, you can bring your hands to your shins or your toes and lean into your support system here. There's so much static and so much energy and so much going on outside of us. My hope was that this practice can be a little more quiet. And although we're stretching passively, but that we still feel this in the body. We're going to release the pose in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you're ready, release the pose, coming back up into a seat. And this time we're going to stretch to the left side of the body. So you can bring now your bolster on top of that left thigh. You can place your elbow here, and as you're ready, let's inhale the right arm up, and let's lean over towards that left leg. You can hold on to your foot here, your bolster. You can even make a pillow with your hands and rest your head on your left hand as you're opening your heart up to the right, looking up towards the ceiling. Good. In my yin classes, this is one of my favorite side stretching. It's something we don't do too often. And it feels really good for the side body, and you'll feel that opening right after the practice, or maybe even tomorrow. And in yin, we'll hold this pose for like 2 to 3 minutes. And as you're ready, inhale back to center. Release the right hand down. Let's switch sides, placing your bolster on that right thigh now. As you're ready, let's inhale that left arm up, leaning towards that right leg. Make a pillow with your right hand if you like. Lean your head into it, raising that right arm up, stretching that left side of the body. Beautiful. Take 3 more breaths. One more breath. Now let's inhale back to center and release the left hand down. Great. Release your bolster. Take your hands on the outside of both knees and support yourself in bringing both of the feet together. Let's bounce the knees up and down. And we're going to come into our final Shavasana, and I'm going to play some of the crystal sound bowls tonight for you. As you're ready, slide the knees in towards your body. Wrap your hands or your arms around the knees. Lower your chin towards your chest. You can interlace your fingers here or wrap them together to hold and bind. Just take some breaths here. Think about something that you're grateful for in this moment. And when you're ready, release. Come to lie down for your Shavasana. Feel free to make it really comfortable for yourself. You can put your feet up on the bolster. You can lift the bolster up high so that your knees can hang right over and your feet will dangle. That's a really nice relaxation. You can roll something and put it under your neck or use a pillow under your head. Make it comfy for you. You can rest your feet on blocks. And as you come to lie down, make yourself comfortable again. You cover yourself if you have an eye pillow, or if you want to shut off your lights for Shavasana, feel free to do that. And the bowls I have tonight are the solar plexus bowl, our Anahata chakra, our heart chakra bowl, and our third eye, that space in between the eyebrows. So let's take 3 cleansing breaths together. Let's inhale deeply and sigh it out. Inhale and sigh it out. Inhale and sigh it out. Slowly relax. Let your eyes be soft. With every inhale, fill your body with breath. With every exhale, release. Let your body sink. Relax the toes and the calves. Relax your thighs and your knees. Soften your belly. Feel your lower back on the mat, supported. Feel your chest expand on the inhales and contract on the exhales. Relax your shoulders, soften the jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let your tongue be soft, lips soft. Soften your forehead. Soften the skin at your temples. Notice if there are any spaces in your body that are still holding any tension. And if so, inhale into that space and release the tension on your exhale, softening that space and allowing it to rest. Bring your awareness to your navel. And whenever you're ready, take 3 breaths focusing on the rise of the navel and on the contraction as you exhale. And imagine a orange glowing mist right over your navel as you inhale and expand. That mist expands, and as you exhale, the same mist contracts. And as you're ready, release. Take a deep breath and sigh it out. Now bring your awareness to your heart space. And whenever you're ready, breathe into that space, a comfortable breath for you, and then exhale. And as you do, imagine a beautiful green mist swirling over your heart. And with every inhale, that mist expands, covering your heart space, and every exhale, it contracts. And release, and let your breath be restorative. And bring your awareness now to that space in between your eyebrows, the space of intuition, the third eye chakra. And imagine a purple mist expanding over that space on your inhale and contracting on the exhale. As you're ready, release and let your breath be natural. As you're ready, begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers, taking movement in your body however you'd like, not in your head, from side to side. Begin to release your props, pushing your bolster away gently with your feet, and then turning over to the left side of your body, making a pillow with your left arm and placing your right hand on the right hip to rest. Bend the knees and draw the knees in towards your body in fetal pose. Take some nice breaths here. And whenever you're ready, Gently push yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Bringing the palms to touch in front of our heart center. Let's bow our heads in honor of our practice. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for this gentle flow. My prayer is that this practice serves your mind, your body, and your breath in every way that it needs to. And I hope that the sounds and the vibrations of the bowls reaches you on a cellular level and helps you heal in any spaces in your body that needs it. Thank you so much. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste.